Hello and welcome back to the Honest Lab Horror Show, the show that we bring to you each and every Friday night. Why we do this on a Friday night? Because Friday night is horror night. Welcome back to the show, folks. And it is Friday night again. As you can see the cool picture behind a returning guest. Well, you can kind of see the picture. There you go. This happened the last time. I actually rewatched the episode today before we coming on doing this, and this happened the last time as well. We couldn't see the title of the film behind
Yeah.
you, them golden locks. As I said, this is a returning guest. 3 years ago, we spoke for the first time about you making this project. Now it is finally released. So this is, if you don't remember from the last episode, this is director and indie filmmaker, former musician, might still be a musician, Mr. Mike Pickle. How are you, sir?
All right. Well, I just want to thank you for having me on so early in the process.
Oh, absolutely. I'd have had you on everything until it came out.
Cool.
I was hyped the last time for it, and then obviously it took a while, which is all the credit to you because it was done perfectly.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't just rushed out because you wanted to get it out. It was an ordeal.
Oh, yeah. It was an ordeal to get it finished, and then it was ordeal to get a right distribution deal because any filmmaker will agree with me that the distribution model is a mess right now in indie film. You have to be like obsession or back rooms to to make any money because they just aren't giving any money with distribution deals. A lot of the distributors are predatory. A lot of them don't even give you your analytics. They give us a bunch of distributors gave us some raw deals that were just I just turned them down on the spot, and some of the producers are getting mad at me because I wouldn't even entertain these offers, but they were just insulting. And then the one we ended up getting that we held out for ended up being the best out of all of them, and good as far as an indie film contract. Like they just don't get just don't get these like anymore.
Well, like that's just goes like the saying, and it good things come to people who wait.
Yeah.
And everyone might think it's great if they turn around and said, "Oh, we'll give you 10 grand for your film." Now, obviously, I'm just spitballing numbers. Do you know what I mean? And people are going, "Yes, let's do that. That's 10 grand." Then some other company were like, "Oh, well, we give you 20, 30, and 40." Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
where the spiral happens. But the Dead Place released on Bloodstone? No,
Bloodstream.
Bloodstream. Bloodstone. Go away, Greg. Bloodstream, yeah. Now, unfortunately, we don't have it over here, so you were kind enough to send me a screener because I wanted to see it. And I finished it maybe half an hour ago, an hour ago,
Cool.
and it was fucking awesome.
Good. And we are expanding to other countries. I got a call from a distributor in Argentina this week, so it looks like we may be debuting in Argentina on Halloween.
On Halloween.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I'm stoked about that.
Do you get to go
So
down to it?
huh?
Will it be streaming or will it be a cinema deal or?
Yeah, it's going to be at the theater. I don't know if I'm going to fly out there or not yet, but they're going to play it in the theater out there. They were really excited about it when they emailed me.
That's awesome. That is awesome. If they offer to bring you down, you gotta go. You can't turn down Argentina.
Oh yeah,
Mm,
I was so stoked at the prospect of that.
mm.
And then I'm getting more and more emails every day. Like this distributor is really transparent. They give you direct access to their platform. So anytime you get picked up by another company, they let you know right away on email. So we already got picked up by Amazon Video. We got picked up by Fandango at home. So it'll be
Oh,
available
nice.
everywhere. Once August 5th hits, it'll be available everywhere.
August 5th. So it's not even too long. Well, it is still long when you're in terms of waiting for a film, but um, like yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome news for you. Um, and like I know, obviously, there's a few people over here that I know that I've hyped this movie up to over the last while, and then obviously with David being attached to it, there's a lot of people in the Irish horror market that are like, "Oh, I can't wait to see this new film." And I was like, they're going on to me about it, and I'm like, "Don't even. I've been there. I've been waiting."
Well, another obstacle that we're up against is that uh, another complication with it taking so long is that David has become bigger and bigger. and he's doing, the Terrifier films getting more and more polished and higher budget. He's
Yeah.
being part of higher budget. So then to see him in something small like this, you really have to get what an indie film is and get what goes into it to really appreciate it. And when you don't see that polish that you're used to seeing from his films now.
But to be honest with you, I looked at this and I wouldn't have thought like, okay, you can tell it's indie in some parts, but I wouldn't have put it down as a low budget indie film. Not even nearly. It looks top drawer. The camera work is brilliant. The effects are very good. Do you know what I mean? The acting was brilliant, sound brilliant. Where, and I know we spoke before about it with some indie films where some people just throw them together and they might look okay, but they sound terrible, or the other way around. This had none of that for me. This had a real film feel to it. Obviously, indie film is real film, and that's not just
Yeah.
indie. Like I love indie films. I was only saying on the previous episode to Bet Metcalf, I think I watched 101 indie horror films last year
Oh, wow.
that people were nice enough to send me because obviously we don't get them all here.
Yeah.
And like I love them. I think they're just as good. They're just as creative as Hollywood films. Now there are some bad ones, but there are also
Yeah.
some really bad Hollywood films. So you take the good with the bad. But when you find a really good indie film, it's awesome.
Yeah. The thing with Hollywood, the big studios almost deliberately churn out movies that aren't that good. They just treat them like product. They try to cater to their demographics that they want, and they don't do anything outside of that. They rehash these old IPs, and they rehash old ideas, and they frown at new ideas. It's ridiculous.
And that's it. Yeah, and like I've had this conversation with a fair few people over the last few years. Like the amount of remakes we've got since probably I can't quite remember past it, but I think Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead was one of the first real ones I remember because I was about 13 or 14 when that came out.
Yeah.
Then it was just churned out one after another, after another, after another. And I was like, I've seen all these old films, and then I'm like watching the remakes, and I'm like, some of them aren't very. No, sorry, it wasn't Zack Snyder. It was Texas Chainsaw.
Oh yeah.
That was 2003, and I'm still on the hill that that's better than the original one.
Oh, I like that one a lot. The cinematographer actually said that he prefers the remake over the original, and
Yeah.
that's the same cinematographer as the original.
The only thing I'd change about that '03 one is Leatherface himself.
Uh,
That it was just too big, too ridiculously big.
yeah,
Gunner looked. You could see it was harsh and heavy on him. Where Berezovsky is, he's only 3 inches bigger, but he's probably 6 or 7 inches stockier this way, arm wise, everything. He was a
yeah.
machine.
There's no humanity in there
No, his
like in
was
the
killing
original.
for fun. Where Gunner, you could see it was, and the way he studied for that, where he was obviously in the mental institution to watch people and learn off them. Like, there's no craft with that one. Like, that's just off the charts.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
Orly Emery stole the '03 one though. He was just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, he stole the show on that. He was scarier than Leatherface.
Yeah, he was so good, wasn't he? He was so good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Again, this is what happens. I tend to digress into other films. Um, as I said, I was you were good enough to send me the Dead Place. As I said, I finished about an hour ago. I loved it, start to finish. Looked brilliant, sounded brilliant, camera work, acting, everything, effects. There's one little thing I'll say to you off screen what I picked up on. Um, but it's nothing major in the film, do you know that kind of way. Um, but other than that, it was a solid, definitely a solid 8 out of 10 for me in terms of film. I loved it. I thought David in there, obviously one of his first speaking roles, he was brilliant. Lexi Graves was brilliant. Isaac was brilliant. I'd say it's tough to play that troubled, but yet ridiculously argumentative kind of teen.
Yeah. Well, with him, the challenge with him is what was really important to me is you see him do horrible things in this movie. And I needed him to be relatable enough to where even though you see him do horrible things, you feel bad for him instead of the people he's attacking.
Oh yeah,
You know, that
oh yeah.
I wanted you to feel his struggle and realize that he can't help what he's doing. So it was really important for him to nail that character and endear the audience to him. And I think he's good enough to do it. He's a phenomenal actor.
He definitely did it for me. But then again, I've said it on loads of shows. I'm always rooting for the bad guy. Like once,
Yeah.
and to the extent he's obviously the main character in this. But yeah, I wanted him to do everything, just fuck everyone, kill everything.
Yeah.
And that's not a spoiler on the movie either, folks. You see that um
Yeah.
thing, but like I think Lexi was brilliant. As the what would you say the best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was brilliant. Like that's just a superstar in the making there.
She seems to be the emotional core of it. And she kind of internalizes Isaac's struggle and you kind of feel for her. And then the little girl is trying to save him as well.
Yeah, I didn't get that part, which was fine. Obviously there's a story that you went with, and I know we touched on it before where the idea came from in the last show.
Yeah.
Um, that part, like, it didn't sell me, but it didn't turn me off the film either. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, there's
Yeah.
going to be some good and some bad in every film. Um, and in terms of those kind of films, obviously, we've seen it with the likes of The Hills Have Eyes, '03, where one of the mutant people's kids were there to help and stuff. So I just took it like that, and I was like, I don't like that they have to have it in there, but I understand why it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's kind of in this one and her part grows as we go through the trilogy. So you're going to get more of her backstory, but in this one, I was told quite a few times along the way, maybe you should explain this a little more, maybe you should explain that a little more. But I left a few things mysterious, and I've noticed a few people pick up on it, a few people don't. But um, I just went by instinct, basically. I didn't want to explain too much. I wanted it to unfold in a natural way and not explain too much until we get deeper into the lore. You know, you're going to find out more about the entity, where he came from. You're going to find out more about New Kid. So everything's going to develop from here. So you're going to see a lot more of the little girl.
And I get that too. Like, and obviously a film we mentioned earlier, and it quite relates to David there with Terrifier. People were going on about, oh, no one knows anything about him, this, that, and the other about Art the Clown, and Damien has obviously started to filter that in, and he's fleshing it out a bit. So I don't have the issue with not being told anything. Everything's just there in front of you, and then obviously it's going to be fleshed out as the next two movies arrive. And if it's not, then I'm going to come and find you and fix that, because some things like that just drive me mental.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like I'm all for that and the flesh now, and depends on how her story goes. Obviously, my view might change on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But for now, I'm like, okay, they're there. I get why they're there. I just don't like that they're there.
Yeah. Did you, let me ask you a question. Did you get that she was the one that was his victim at the beginning? Did you get that that was her?
uh, I so I did. I just didn't get why.
Yeah.
So
So
I took it in a way that it's the crow, the way the crow kind of goes, where they come back to help.
yeah. So she's basically the same as the new kid.
Yeah, because it all happens there
So
at once.
yeah, so they were both brought back to life as entities at the same time. So that's why they both don't have the scratches and blood on them, but the other ghosts and stuff do. It's because the entity's power kind of resurrected them.
Yeah, so
So
obviously
since
the
she's his victim, she follows him around trying to stop what he's doing and trying to help Isaac while he's trying to hurt Isaac.
yeah, I got that bit, and like as I said, I took it in a way that the way the Crow is kind of based, that they come back to help and there's stuff to be done. Now,
Yeah.
I just didn't understand. Obviously, it starts the way it starts, and that's what you see. So I need to see more about where that comes from. Do you know, that kind of way?
Yeah.
But then again, you could only fit so much into an hour and 40 minutes
Yeah.
without it being 3 hours long.
And that was also a very, very small part originally, the little girl. But when we cast her, she was such a phenomenal actress. I started expanding the role um, as we went along.
Oh, we're getting stuff delivered now, are we?
Yeah, and my dog doesn't like it.
Ah, that's not. You can bring the pooch on if you want.
Yeah,
Would,
come here,
wouldn't be
buddy.
wouldn't be the first pet to appear. What have we got here?
Hey, buddy. Yeah,
Yeah,
buddy.
pooch,
There he is.
famous. Um, no, yeah, as I said, it wouldn't be the like once it's fleshed out for me. Things like that, like they don't annoy me, but if it doesn't flesh out, I'm like, oh, okay. So like even say the pale girl in Terrifier 2, I was kind of like, oh well, what? Why? What's that come? Where? It's just random.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck's sake. Now I do feel we'll see probably a little bit more of that now as well in the next one.
Yeah, because in this one she's just an
Yeah.
entity. You don't get this, you don't get to hear her speak or anything, and
Mm.
so whatever was done to her in life is why she can't speak. So we'll continue. We'll pick up on that one.
Oh, she definitely got her tongue chopped out. That's the easiest way of doing it, I suppose. That opening sequence that was very very good because obviously everyone's just so used to David not talking and stuff. He's he's really funny. Like I had a conversation with him at Dublin Horror Con. I actually ran into him in the bathroom as so I was washing my hands and then he came out of the stall and he was washing his hands. So I had a conversation with him, but like he was happy to stand there and talk to me for a couple of minutes. And he's like, I actually have to go back to the table because they might they think. But I was like,
Yeah.
he's so nice, like so nice. Like I tried to line up with him, probably before I had you on, before Terrifier 2 came out,
Yeah.
and we were kind of him and Han at dates, and then all of a sudden Terrifier 2 came out and it went into the stratosphere, and I was like, damn. And there it goes.
Yeah, that's when we got him on our podcast, and in the movie too is that sweet spot right after Terrifier where things were rumbling and you could tell it was going to become something huge, but it wasn't quite yet. It was still like kind of a niche
Yeah,
cult type of thing. And then I just knew when Terrifier 2 hit that it was going to become huge, and it sure did.
yeah. Oh, and it did, and rightly so too. I love 2. 2 is my favorite of the trilogy.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, and probably gave us one of the best final girls of probably the last 20 or 30 years.
I agree.
Yeah. But like even the casting that you had for this is off the charts. Obviously, I mentioned Lexi, I mentioned David and Isaac. You've got Angel Nicole Bradford, who's just an indie superstar. In terms of everything she does, from SFX to acting, she's
Yeah,
just sick.
I just had a feeling about her. I cast her from an image. It was an image of the house that eats flesh, and I think it's still not even out yet.
It's
So
not. No.
she had done a few projects, but nothing was out yet. So hadn't really seen her acting. So I seen a little clip from House that Meets Flesh, and I saw her screaming. And just from seeing that little clip and just talking to her back and forth, I could tell she had something. I could just tell that she could act. So then once she got in the Dead Place, she's been in like 20 something films since then.
I'll tell you what. There's one. So I've seen a fair few of her films now, probably about seven, maybe 7 or 8, which is obviously decent because I don't get many of them over here. Um, and I keep saying that in the hopes that people keep sending me them. Um, it's a sly little throw pitch in there. But there's one that was made by Jake Robinson. It's called Children in the Woods, Children of the
Mm.
Woods. she's one of the mains in it, but there's a monologue speech that she has in it, and you're like, shit, who's cutting onions in this place?
Cool.
She's ridiculous. Like I've seen her. Like the first time I ever seen her was in a movie called Night of the Axe, and I was like, yeah, she's gone places from there. And then I didn't realize that she'd obviously gone stellar before that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a natural as an actress, and then she gets on set and she's just a powerhouse. She's constantly working. If she's not preparing to be on set, she was helping Robert Bravo with the makeup effects.
yeah, yeah. Her SFX are deadly. Um, I think she's moved into directing now as well. And then she also, I'm pretty sure, is stunt or fight coordinated now as well.
Oh yeah, she took a class on that.
She's just, that's a
And
woman that never stops.
I'm not surprised that she's a director either because on set she's a very much of a watchdog. There are certain actors like that that are very professional, and if they don't understand what's going on, they'll challenge you on it. And she was like that. So what are we doing this for? What's going on here? And I would have to explain to her, and I don't mind doing that. She wanted what was best for the movie, but she was on it the whole time.
Yeah, she's ridiculous. I'd love to get her on for a solo show, but she's just too busy.
Oh yeah, she's always traveling and being in movies. Now she's directing and doing stunts. It's crazy.
Yeah, Kelsey Living Good obviously is as Mischief the Clown. I had to look at it twice when that school scene happened, and I was like, "Is that Kelsey? Is it not Kelsey?" And
Oh
then
yeah.
it comes out later on. I was like, "Fuck!" Yeah,
Yeah, that just really tickled me that just the prospect of having David Howard Thornton who plays Art the Clown, and then Bill Oberst Jr. who plays Papa Corn the Clown, and then the only clown in the movie is Mischief, the
yeah,
teacher.
brilliant. It was a genius idea. Genius.
And that's another thing that's not explained. It's just put there to be freaky because it's meant to be like an homage to the Nightmare on Elm Street scene where you see the teacher in the hallway.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why that's why it's kind of choppy and kind of surreal because that's the entity showing trying to manipulate Isaac further and make him think that he's the evil. That's why you see his face at the end of the clip.
I actually had the hall monitor on the show. Um,
Mm.
she's so good. Oh, can't think of her name. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Yeah, she's the only person that I've had on from Nightmare on Elm Street. And obviously, Nightmare on Elm Street's my favorite film of all time in terms of horror.
Yeah, so I didn't copy that scene, but I wanted it to give you the same feeling as that scene did, and I think you kind of get that feeling.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Obviously, the way it's done. I'm not going into it because I don't want to spoil the film for people. But yes, I got that kind of feel to it as to what was happening. Slightly different, but I got it.
Yeah, and there was one critic that complained about the CGI blood spray. But they talked about it as if the whole movie had it, but it's only in that scene because it's a freaky, unreal scene. That's the only reason I would ever put a CG blood spray in. I just thought it made it look more freaky.
Remember when I said there was one little thing that I didn't like?
Hmm.
That was it.
Okay.
It's when it with the pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That's what I was going to say to you after. Um,
Yeah, that and and honestly, I didn't like that part either, but with when we added the CG blood spray, it kind of just added to the off-kilter feeling of the whole thing. Because the whole scene just feels kind of off.
it's a bit
So
weird.
that's why I kind of left it there because it's just kind of weird. It's just kind of thrown in there where you don't see that kind of CGI through the rest of the movie. So
Yeah, that was legit the one thing that I didn't that I was going to say to you afterwards.
I totally understand
Right.
that.
It was just out of place. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, like I really enjoyed that sequence. It was weird as fuck. Didn't fit in with the rest of the film, and I was like, yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
Cool.
uh,
Yeah, because everything's a manipulation.
yeah, oh, I get that. Yeah, it's all thing. Now, the one thing I do have to ask, right, with the set design, right? So you have Isaac's room. Why is there? Why is he like fucking Dexter from Dexter with the fucking tarp all over the walls? I know they were doing the room up.
Yeah, you know how they mentioned a couple times that they're remodeling the house?
Yeah,
So and even tells the boys that they have to put plastic over everything. So everything's plastic over everything because they're remodeling. And then I thought it added another layer of sadness that after the horrible tragedy that happens, like
yeah.
6 months later, six
Never
months
was
later,
good.
they still haven't touched the house. So I thought that added a little extra sadness to it. And plus the the Isaac's family home is supposed to represent a a broken home where it's not broken in the traditional sense, but it's broken because of what's happening to Isaac and that his family doesn't understand it. So it's kind of a place of constant upheaval and constant turmoil instead of being their family home.
I get that. That makes sense. At least there's an answer to it. I'm just trying to find a name. Oh, do you know who I didn't know was in this? My buddy Doug was in this. Doug Bayless.
Oh yeah,
Doug's awesome. Met him a couple of years ago at a con, and then we had a good conversation with him again this year. Doug's a really good guy.
yeah. We called his demon Ed the Demon. He's one of the demons that are upstairs during the scene when the with the dad.
Ah,
He's the one that comes out of the closet.
I see. Now, there's one other one that I need to bring up. Right, there's a character in this. Um, so you know Doctor Byron,
Hmm.
whatever his name is. Is that the guy that does all the Darman videos?
Oh no, that's a different guy. This guy, he was in Stand and Deliver. That was his first film. He was one of the uh, kids in Edward James Olmos's class. He sat behind Lou Diamond Phillips. So
Oh,
that's where he started his career. And ever since then, he's been a character actor in a lot of small parts over the years. So he just constantly working, and it seems like he's flown under the radar all these years. And I just work with him every chance I get because he's a close friend of the family. He was the host of my a horror variety show that I had, and he actually got the part that was meant for Bill Oberst Jr. in my horror TV show because I made a horror variety show where I wanted to have a host come out to host it, but he's like an evil Rod Serling and he threatens to kill the audience if they don't watch every week. So
genius.
so I brought Bill Oberst Jr. in to read for it. And when he read for it, it was a thing where it was a deferred pay type of thing because it was a no budget show. So his manager wouldn't let him do it. But he loved my writing so much. That was like 10 years ago. He loved my writing so much that he kind of followed my work after that. And then Elliot came along, the one that played Dr. Bryn. He comes along and it was mostly a young cast. So he said, "Are you sure you want me to audition for this?" He said, "This seems like a youthful type of show," but he said, I'm an older man already." I said, "Well, if you don't feel comfortable reading for these other parts, just read for the host." I said, "We don't have a host yet." And he came in and just nailed it so hard, and with him threatening to kill the audience, and we all got a little creeped out and thinking he was serious. So we ended up hiring him, and I've put him in everything I can ever since then.
Hey, it is the guy. Your man Elliot is. He's in them Darman videos.
Darn man, I don't think I've heard that.
Oh, it's basically like like a never judge a book by its cover videos that pop up on Facebook where a person could be given out to a parent for something and then it backfires on them. It's
Oh,
kind of
okay.
it's kind of them. Yeah, it is. I recognized him and I was like, "Is that him? Isn't it him?" Couldn't get his name. But yeah, it is him. Yeah, he's a
Okay,
good
that
actor. I like him.
he's a great actor and just a sweet guy.
Yeah. Um.
Very
But
professional too. It was very important to him that he was a convincing therapist.
I bought it. I'd buy
Yeah,
that for $1.
yeah. Somebody else told me he was a very convincing therapist.
Yeah. I mean, I like within those videos, I've seen him play a judge. I've seen him play a racist parent. Do you know what I mean? I'd buy him in anything. He seems like a good actor.
Yeah, I need to watch those. I can't believe I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah. Next time one pops up, I'll tag you in it.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I was looking at it and looking. I was like, how do I know that lad? Where do I know him from? Uh, and then I was like,
And
I couldn't get over who it was, and I was like, then it dawned on me. I was like, oh, that's where I know him from. Didn't know his name.
his part's going to expand quite a bit too in part two.
Oh yes, he seemed like he was gonna get all sorts of bad done to him.
Oh yeah, because you know when he tells his secretary, said this might be the case I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So you'll see he wanted to find someone like Isaac, so he's just going to make things worse.
Yes. Yes. It's like a bad version of Ed Warren.
I was told by an author one time. I'll go ahead and give you a little spoiler. I let an author friend of mine read all three of the trilogy, and she said, "Michael, I love that script, but my God, it's bleak."
But you know what? I say that about things, right? And I was only talking about it recently to the lads. There's not many horror films anymore that are just all dark all the time. Do they?
Yeah,
Like The Exorcist was one I'll always go to. It's dark, it's dull. There's no light at the end of the tunnel in that film, right? And you don't
yeah,
see many of them anymore. So I'm all for it.
and that's what happens when you deal with true evil. You can't escape it. Once it fixates on you, you're done.
Game over.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, but like as I said, I'm all for it. I don't mind having a dark, dull, fucking end to a movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, Um,
And each movie, by the way, is going to have an entirely different tone. This one, this one is the very emotional journey to get to the dead place, and then the next ones are going to take place in the dead place, and it's really going to work out where everybody comes from. Everybody's story is going to be fleshed out, and then the third one is just going to be an insane climax.
nice, nice. Any chance you can just make the next one two parts so I don't have to wait? Because
Yeah,
I'm impatient.
yeah. And I just recently, I don't know if you saw my post, but I just recently came up with a new ending for part three. Because all
Cool.
these years, ever since I wrote it, I wrote an ending that I liked and it was effective, but it didn't feel like, holy shit, what a explosive end to a trilogy. So I was just waiting. I just like, I'll leave it like it is. This is a good enough ending. I'll just leave it like it is. I'll let it roll around in my brain and I'll think about it. And then I was just in a coffee shop with my wife the other day and it just popped into my head and started playing out in my head involuntarily. So,
I'm not. I am listening to you. I'm looking to see that post that you put up. Oh, I'll find it later. I'll find it later. Because
but
I
it
went down a rabbit hole.
But the whole climax started playing out in my head involuntarily. Characters started saying things that I hadn't written before. Things started happening that I didn't write before, and it just happened out of my head. And I just had this epiphany, and I just started crying right there in the middle of the at the middle of the coffee shop. Well, I said, "What's going on? What happened? What happened?" I said, "The climax of the dead place just came to me, and now I have to make it at all costs. Now I
Well,
have to get to this ending."
what happened? It was glorious.
Yeah.
Was it Will Ferrell in Old School? It's glorious.
Yeah.
But like
So that's when I knew that it was written in the stars that this has to be made. The fact that idea just kind of floated into my head. It was an amazing experience.
and like I know when we done the first episode there a couple of years ago, you were saying that the idea came from this after going to a haunted abandoned, was it a hospital?
Yeah, at Old Asylum, yeah.
And then you brought shit home with you.
Yeah,
I
and there's a video I'll post it in the next couple days that we made for the crowdfunding campaign. It's the whole origin story where I stand in front of the place that I explored. And that was an ordeal too, because I that's the first time I'd been back at that place since it happened. So that was really weird. So I stand in front of the place where it happened and kind of tell the whole story. And there's a little animation that shows the demons in bed with me and all that.
glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
I'd say your missus loves you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, boss. um, yeah,
Yeah, and
no,
she That reminds me, she told me I can no longer film any more movies in our house because I made way too much of a mess of it with this one.
Oh, that's your house it's in, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, we had another house and we kind of lost it the final month. We no longer had it, and I pleaded with my wife, please let me film one more movie in here. And we broke windows, we broke walls, we got blood all over the floor. It was a mess.
Oh yeah, you were in big trouble.
Yeah.
Now I'm really sad you didn't put the dog in the film.
Oh yeah. He's way too neurotic for that.
No, that's some bullshit. Now I'm slating the film. All the reviews didn't put his dog in the film. It could have been like that Good Boy film, except that was awful.
Oh yeah, you didn't like that one?
Oh, I thought, and this whole bullshit of the dog deserved an Oscar. No, sorry, no, I couldn't, and loads of people called me out on it when people were putting it up. I was like, it's a dog. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I was all for it watching a horror movie from a dog's point of view and how it plays out, but that movie was dribble.
Well, I liked it, but it really wasn't anything to it besides just atmosphere. It was the atmosphere only.
And I've no issue with that. I don't mind them films, but nothing happened. Like you gathered that the guy is sick and he's got cancer or whatever. I took it that the ghost was the cancer attacking your man, which was fine, right? But like this
Yeah.
whole bullshit of, oh, the dog deserves this. Why? The dog is trained to run from here to there or hide under the bed. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but how does that deserve an Oscar over an actor that's actually reading 200 pages of lines or
Yeah.
a lot? I got a lot of hate for that actually.
Well, he wasn't even a trained dog or anything. He was just the director's pet that he spent like 3 years uh filming that because he couldn't ever get the dog to do what he wanted him to do.
That's worth an Oscar right there.
Yeah.
No, but I mean to say now the hate that I got for that when I started fucking commenting on all the pages when it came out. Like I was hyped to see it. I was like, this can be deadly.
Yeah.
No, same as in a violent nature. I was hyped for that, and that was another 2 hours of dribble.
Yeah, I didn't like that one at all.
No, that was dribble, dribble. The yoga scene was class,
Oh yeah.
but that was it. Absolute dribble. Other than that, like if I wanted to see something like that where it's 2 hours of going on, I'd just play Manhunt on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Like,
And I didn't even mind seeing him walk through the woods. I kind of liked actually following him through the woods, not knowing when he was going to come up on the victim. But then there was no interesting characters, no characters that you even cared about, or there was no story there. It was just everybody being super annoying.
oh, but you know what I actually like into in terms of the characters. Did you see the Texas Chainsaw, the 2022 Netflix one?
Oh yeah.
It was like that. There was no likable characters in that film. None.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that film was tripe from start to finish, bar a couple of really well shot scenes. But other than that, it was dirt. But it was along them lines. There was no like, and as I said, I like going all killer side. Let's go in and fuck people up. That's what I'm paying to see. I'm not paying to see someone survive. I'm paying to see.
Yeah.
I'm paying to see the killer kill everybody. I mean, but like that in a violent nature, just like it just dragged on for hours. It seemed like it took me
Yeah.
3 times to finish it.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here? And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna go and watch the second one when it comes out just to watch it.
Yeah, and it had that old horror movie trope where a killer's approaching somebody, and instead of just running away from him, they kind of just stand there and wait for him to come to him and kill him. It
Yeah,
was so
at least
frustrating.
at least when Friday the 13th on it, everyone legged it.
Yeah,
Now they again had that horror trope of falling over, but at least they tried to run.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Run, run like fuck. See what happens.
Yeah.
You might get away. Jump out of a tree. Do something. No, I'll just
Yeah.
stand here and wait.
And then it was so anticlimactic too,
No, it's just
to
I can't even.
just kind of end in the car driving down the highway.
I was gonna say I can't even remember the ending.
Yeah, it wasn't memorable,
It was dull. The whole movie was dull.
but some people loved it.
Oh, I know loads of people that loved it. And a couple of lads I know really, really loved it. They rated it really highly, and I was sitting there going, "I'm so bored." Now, maybe it's the undiagnosed ADHD, maybe it's something else. But I was sitting there going, "Someone do something.
Yeah,
Anyone do anything." It's like playing a video game that has like 4 hours of cutscenes before that happens.
there you go.
I'm like, hello, anybody?
That
But
is what it was like, huh? Sitting there watching someone play a video game. That's
yeah,
exactly what it was
that's what I
like.
was like. I could have played Manhunt. I could have played GTA. I could have played Red Dead Redemption. Could have played any of those
Yeah.
games. You know what I mean? And it'd be the
Yeah.
same job. But I don't know. It was what it was. Um, now I had a lot of fun with some horror films last year, like Heart Eyes. Heart Eyes was great fun.
Oh, I like that one a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing the second one. Um, but yeah,
I
that was
like those like that they seem in the commercials that it's going to be a run-of-the-mill slasher, and then you watch it and there's so much more going on, you know?
it's a real old school '90s slasher kind of movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was awesome, awesome. And then you look at some of the names they got in it, and I was like, oh yeah, just shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
Yeah, really enjoyed that one. There was a good few. Like this year has been very very good, and I seen actually just there when you're saying about you putting up a post about the ending coming to you.
Oh
That's
yeah.
that's what I was looking at. You put up a post there, and you were like, I wonder what my film would be like. I wonder what the horror world would be like when the Dead Place came out, and you put up the list of films that were there. Um, I'm just going to get that list now. So, Backrooms, my missus is going to see that tomorrow. I have no interest. I thought it looked
Oh
off.
no.
I went to see I went to see Mortal Kombat with one of the lads, and it was the first ad on that, and I was like, yeah, no, no, not even close, not even close. Obsession, I haven't seen yet. I heard great things, but I've also heard that it's dull and boring.
Yeah, there's mixed reviews on both of those, but I ended up loving both of them.
Okay,
I
okay.
just love that my movie is out at the same time as these truly independent movies are just dominating the box office.
Passenger has only came out over here. I haven't had a chance to see that.
I like
Uh,
that one too. A lot of people are talking trash about that one too. I liked it.
well, I'll tell you, me and my missus went to see Scream 7,
Oh,
and that was the ad in front of it.
oh,
And
okay.
the ad is just her driving, and they're in the car. And my missus turned to me and said, yeah, I'm not going to see that. You can go see that yourself. Like, my missus will watch horror with me, but there's some horror films and she's just like, nope, not doing it. And
Yeah.
I thought it looked very good, but it was very little. It's actually same as the other one, The Good Boy, but not the one with the dog, the one that came out this year, the one with Stephen Graham.
Oh, I forgot that one.
It's they have like their son chained up downstairs in the basement or something. I can't remember. I remember seeing the ads for it and I thought it looked awesome.
Yeah, I
Um,
can't remember the name of that one.
I think it's called The Good Boy as well. I might be wrong. It might be something different in the states.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing another one that's called A Good Boy. It's a more gritty one, right?
Yeah, it's like a family affair thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Um,
haven't seen that one yet.
Send Help, the Eli Roth one. I really enjoyed that. Thought that was very
I
funny.
like that one a lot.
I know
That's
that. I know that got a
Sam
bit.
Raimi.
Or sorry, Sam Raimi, not Eli Roth. Sam Raimi, yeah. And I was like, I know that got a bit of stick from people, and I was like, but what did people expect from a Sam Raimi film?
Yeah.
I thought Rachel McAdams was phenomenal.
Oh, she was great.
When you don't see it all that often, but playing someone that's unhinged like that, I was like, yes, give me that
Yeah.
all day. I'd have watched that for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, 28 years later, Bone Temple was awful.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
I didn't like 28 years later, and I didn't like Bone Temple. Bone Temple was better than 28 years though.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh, I didn't enjoy what they tried to do with it, where they were curing Samson. I was like, no,
Oh yeah.
just let them be fucking vicious, fucking zombies, and get on with it. Ralph Fiennes, I'd watch Ralph Fiennes playing a lamppost. To be honest, he's that
Yeah,
good.
he was really good in it, yeah.
Now, there's two left on that list, right? One of them is an Irish director, which I was actually going to watch tonight, and then I ended up remembering that I had to watch Dead Place.
Uh,
uh, because I had thought we were recording in a couple of days. But anyway, Damien McCarthy, Irish horror director who done Hokum. I've heard nothing
yes,
but good things about it. That's my plan tomorrow. Now I'm gonna watch that tomorrow when my missus is in the
that
cinema.
that's one of my favorites of the year right there.
Uh,
'Cause I like the actor Adam Scott a lot. I like that director. His other films, Caveat,
Caveat was
uh,
so good, wasn't it? And Odyssey.
Oddity. Yeah,
Yeah.
those two movies are really good. I think this one's even better than those two.
Oh, I was, I
He
was,
did,
I watched Oddity and I was like, this is gonna be dirt. I only watched it because it was an Irish horror film,
yeah,
and I was glued in. Like my missus watched it with me, and she was like, "What's going on in this?" And I was like, "I have no clue, but I'm digging it."
yeah.
And then it started to kick off, and she's like, "I'm going to bed." I was like, "See you later, bye bye." Yeah, you go. I'm all in. And by the end of it, I was sitting there going,
Yeah, he's so great with atmosphere and visuals and
"Yeah."
good characters, everything.
No, you left out another Irish director that done a horror film in Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I like
Oh,
him
these are
too. I
all the
like
ones
Lee
you've
Cronin.
seen, Eddie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I watched The Mummy with my missus there the other day. She hated it. I thought it was fucking brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah, dark and gritty and fucking. It's Evil Dead Rise meets The Mummy.
Oh, okay.
I was
That's what I've been
so
hearing. That's what I've been hearing. It's got a real Evil Dead vibe to it.
yeah. I was so good. I was hooked, hooked. But now
I loved his film Hole in the Ground.
I haven't seen that one. I can't find it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
yeah. He's from Dublin. He's from the far side of Dublin. He's only about 45 minutes from where I live.
Oh wow.
No, no, I don't know where he lives now, but so you obviously said Hokum was your favorite of the year, was it, or one of them?
One of my favorites, yeah.
The other
Oh,
one, that's the last one on this list, is probably my favorite of the year, and I expected zero from it in Undertone.
oh yeah.
Holy
Oh,
shit, it was so good.
I'm so glad I seen that one in the theater too, because it had the separation of the speakers so you can hear the
Oh,
voice going all around the theater.
I wish I had seen it in the cinema, but
I got I got actually truly scared at the last few minutes because it almost convinces you that something is in the room with you when it starts all the audio stuff.
I got that from sitting in my house, and I don't have surround sound or anything. It's just how um audio perfect it was. I don't even know if
Yeah.
that's a real word. I'm just making shit up now. But like it was one of them movies where I put on, didn't expect anything, and I was stuck to it after 10 minutes. I was like, yeah, sold.
Have you seen the Irish film All You Need Is Death?
All you need is death.
It's an Irish folk horror film. I think you might like that one if you like Undertone. It's along the same lines of Undertone.
I haven't seen this. I never even heard of it. Which is strange that I haven't heard of it if it's an Irish film. Oh, it's on
It's
Prime.
a it's about a couple looking for old Irish folk songs, like, and then they find one that's cursed that they're not supposed to hear, and when it's shared with other people, it starts all kinds of evil stuff going on.
I'm currently signing into Prime so I can add it to my list and don't forget.
Cool.
um,
Let me know what you think of it when you watch it.
I will watch that one. There's a couple of Irish ones actually that have been really good. Obviously, Hokum is one. The Mummy. There's one. It's a. It's based in Northern Ireland. It's about a Northern. It's about an Irish vampire called Abernat. It's called the Boys from County Hell.
I haven't heard that one.
No, so it was real weird because I watched it when it first came out, and I loved it. Thought it was a thing. Didn't realize it, but so my young lad has autism and ADHD, right? And his, I'm really sure it was his SNA in school, um, bought him a book, right? And he brings it home, and it's an Irish horror book, but it's the same story of the Irish vampire.
Oh wow.
And he's like, I'm reading this book that is SNA got him, and I was like, that's awesome. So I read the back of it, just the thing. I was like, "There's a film about that, you know that?" And he's like, "Is there? Can I watch it?" No, you can't. But I'm slowly letting him watch some horror films with me.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
How's he processing it?
um, so for geez, I'd say probably 5 or 6 weeks from the end of the summer last year to like closing in on Halloween. He said, "Can I watch Jaws?" And I was like, "No, you cannot watch Jaws at 8 years old. It's not happening." Right. And normally, if I tell him no to things, he'll be like, for films, he'll just be like, "All right, whatever," and just go off and give up and figure something else out. Right. So he goes on and on and on. And my missus said to me, she says, "Would you not let him watch Jaws?" I was like, "I am not letting him watch Jaws." She says, "What's wrong with you?" I says, "Whatever about certain films, like we let him watch Beetlejuice and stuff." I was like, "Jaws is different. Jaws is it's relentless."
Yeah.
Right, so that's fine. So a couple of weeks later, we book in to go and see the cartoon, The Bad Guys 2. I don't know if you've seen it or heard of it. It was a cartoon about bank robbing animals.
Oh, I heard about that one. Yeah.
Right, so we booked in to go and see that myself, herself, and the two kids. Right, and I says to Zoe, I says, "Watch this now. I'm gonna go in and annoy them because they were delighted to go. They loved the first one." Right, so I
Yeah.
walk in. They're in there playing PlayStation. I walk in. I'm like, "Got some bad news, guys. Cinema rang me. Says Bad Guys 2 isn't shown." And I had forgotten about him asking to watch Jaws. I says, "Oh, the cinema said Jaws is on." Right? So he
Yeah.
bounces off his bed and he's like, "Yes." And I was like, "Okay, I'm only messing." He's like, "Well, look at this." So he's playing Roblox and he has a cinema game in it and he has the big Jaws poster up on the wall in the game. Right. So I went into my missus and I said to her, I was like, "He's back on about Jaws. He's got the big poster and all up on the wall." She's like, "Maybe just let him watch it." And I says, "I'm not letting him watch it. He's too young. It's not happening." Right. So we get to the cinema that day, 20 minutes early. We're sitting down waiting. Right. So we're sitting there and the two girls go off to the bathroom. Myself and himself are sitting there. They come back and we're waiting for the room to open. I turn around and the way they have the big cinema posters.
Yeah.
Poster behind them where we were sitting, I didn't even notice, was the Jaws 50th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
And I said to Zoe, I says, "Hey, look behind you." And she's like, "No, you have to let him watch it now." Right. So the whole week goes by, he didn't ask, right? And we're sitting here at like 8 o'clock and we put the little one to bed. And I says to him, I says, "Come on, we're gonna sit and watch Jaws." Right now, I normally with films, like long films, especially ones that have very little bits that happen in between, he'll be
Yeah.
kind of moving around and fidgeting. For 2 hours and 8 minutes, he sat in that sofa and he was just like stuck to it. And I was like, "Yes."
Wow.
Right. So we get to just after the USS Indianapolis scene. When he's like, "I'll never put on a life jacket again." And then obviously Bruce hits the boat. And the scene is so simple. When he walks into the gully thing and he looks at the two life jackets and then he gives it to the two lads. And then Finn turns to me, he's like, "So only like 6 people have died in this film." And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I thought there would have been more." Knowing full well what was coming in about 2 minutes' time, right?
Yeah.
So I actually have a recording of him
uh,
watching it. And when Quint dies, he turned around to me and he's so angry. And he's like, "Why didn't you tell me he was going to die?" And I was like, "Why would I ruin the movie for you?" And he just couldn't. Oh, it was thing. But yeah, he loved it. Loved it. So I'm
and that's
so,
cool too, because it's kind of a challenging movie dramatically
yeah.
too for such a young guy and for him to grasp it like that.
Yeah. And he loves animals and stuff. So I said to him, I says, "All right." So I started letting him watch some horror films with me. I tried to watch Eight Legged Freaks with him,
Uh,
because it's more of a comedy one.
yeah.
And I probably got about 25 minutes in. He's like, "No, this is crap." I was
He
like,
wants it.
"You
You
sat and
spoiled.
watched Jaws
Yeah.
and didn't say it was crap," which I really appreciate that he got it. He got it. But I was like, "This has got
Yeah.
a more action, comedy, and thing." No, not buying it. Keep trying to get him to watch Anaconda with me, but he won't. He won't.
Uh, you spoil him with the serious stuff.
Yeah, like I'm tempted. I'm gonna watch Dog Soldiers with him soon because it's the greatest werewolf
Nice.
movie ever.
Oh yeah.
But like it's tough because I'm trying to cherry pick films to watch with him that don't have nudity and sex scenes in it
Yeah.
because it's not a conversation I want to have with him.
Yeah.
So like I can't show him Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, soon.
Yeah.
But it's been great sort of watching the classics with him. I sat down and watched Big Trouble in Little China, which is my favorite film,
Oh, nice.
and he was like, "This is deadly." I think he just likes being able to sit up when everyone else goes to bed, and he'd be like, "We'll be watching it," and be like, "Yeah." He's like, "This is awesome."
So he's getting into the greats. Steven
Yeah, oh yeah,
Spielberg, Carpenter.
oh yeah. Haven't got into Craven yet, but or Romero, but he's watched Big Trouble in Little China from John Carpenter. He's watched oh Spielberg. He's watched two Jurassic Parks, Jaws. I'd say he's probably watched four or five Spielbergs.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm actually going to the Irish premiere of Disclosure Day next week.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you're excited for that one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Seeing the ads for it at Mortal Kombat, and I was like, this looks awesome. And then
Spielberg returned to form.
hopefully, because the last couple have been a bit meh.
Yeah.
Like they're not bad films, and they've done well domestically, but um, not my kind of films. But to go back to an Alien film as well, I was like, ooh,
Yes, and I love a good alien invasion film.
yeah. But I think Signs is the best one of the lot.
Yeah, that
But
was a great one.
like people will say, "Oh, Close Encounters" or X, Y, and Z, but Signs for me is just the pinnacle. Um, but yeah, so right, let's before we finish up, then right, let's back to the Dead Place. Where can it be found right now?
Right now, it's on the Bloodstream TV app exclusively. You can watch it free with commercials, or get the subscription and watch it with commercial free. And then on June 10th, next Wednesday, we're gonna have our red carpet theatrical premiere at the Lumiere Cinema in Beverly Hills. And then after that, on August 5th, it'll be available everywhere on video on demand.
Are we flying Greg out for the premiere?
I'd
Do we
like to.
do we have the budget for that?
I wish I did.
Any of the stars attending the premiere?
Yeah, David Howard Thornton and the two leads are going to be part of the Q&A, and
Nice,
some other cast members will be there, and some of the crew. So
nice,
we're
nice.
all going to be there to watch it together. We picked a big theater. I was really ambitious about it. I was starting to regret it for a while, but we sold half the tickets already, and it's the biggest theater at the complex.
Nice, nice. So best of luck with that. Can't beat now red carpet. I do want to see some pictures though.
All right, we'll have plenty of pictures. We're having a professional photographer come and take pictures and everything.
Or if we can't fly me out, just live stream me and sit me there on someone's phone.
There you go.
I could see my popcorn here and be like, I've seen this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Greg's here in spirit.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if it was closer, I'd have went. But the whole Atlantic Ocean's kind of a long way.
Yeah.
It is the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, the Atlantic Ocean. And yours are on the far
Well,
side of America as well. That doesn't help.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I really enjoyed this full circle moment to be on with you so early when we were barely raising the money for it, and then now that it's complete and out, being on again and talking movies, so it's great.
Absolutely, and you're welcome back. Absolutely, anytime. You're only one more appearance away from being a tied record holder.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a joint tied record holder at the minute with Cheney Morrow and Daniel John Carney. All have three. Both have three.
Oh,
So you're,
nice.
you're closing in. You're closing in. But Mike, got to do it before we finish up, right? I've got a couple of questions to throw out at you.
All right.
Top five horror films. Shoot from the hip.
Top five horror films: like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one, uh, The Exorcist, Evil Dead. Um, it's hard. So
2013.
many. No, I think more like well, I got to put in my favorite indie horror film was Plague Town.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that one.
Plague Town and probably The Dark and the Wicked.
Okay.
That's Brian Bertino, the director of Strangers, and I thought The Dark and the Wicked was much scarier than The Strangers.
I haven't seen that one either. I'll have to check that one out. I did love the original Strangers now, I must say. That was
Yeah,
different.
this one's really dark and really scary.
Okay, I'll have a look at that one.
Cool.
Right. Second question: Jaws or Jurassic Park?
I have to say Jaws.
Fair enough. Dog Soldiers and American Werewolf?
Dog Soldiers.
Yes, sir. Right. Then the toughest one of the lot, right? Give me your top five John Carpenter films.
Ooh, my favorite John Carpenter film was In the Mouth of Madness.
Oh, that's a shout. It's been mentioned a few times, but never as the number one.
Yeah,
What a movie.
that's my favorite. Then Halloween. Then his Masters of Horror episode, Cigarette Burns. I think that's some of his best work.
I can't remember it. I've seen it, but I can't remember it.
And The Fog
Goat level, that is.
and They Live.
Oh, the longest fight scene in film history.
Yeah.
Now, you failed to mention Big Trouble in Little China in there, which I'm very disappointed in.
Oh yeah, I was leaning toward the horror.
It's okay, that's fair. I didn't give you the caveat like I normally give everyone. I normally say to everyone when they're doing it, if they don't get the right film, I'm not putting the episode out. But it's a good five. Like there's not a bad five that you can get from Carpenter, really.
Mm-mm.
And like people will say The Ward. I really enjoy The Ward. I know people don't like it. Like it's not a bad horror film. It's just not at the level that some of his other work was.
Well, I liked it that he kind of returned to his lower budget roots with that one. And
Oh,
you could tell it's low budget, but you can also tell it's Carpenter.
yeah.
That's what I
Oh
loved
yeah.
about it.
You know by the opening 10 minutes, you're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Like I know Amber Heard is in it and she's a controversial figure, but I quite enjoyed it. And people are like, oh, it's his worst movie. I say it's definitely not his worst movie.
No.
Not by a mile, but that's just the way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Mike, I'm gonna throw it out there, right? Best of luck with the premiere.
Thank you
I'm
so
sure, I'm
much.
sure it'll sell out. As I said, I'll be keeping an eye out for some photos.
Cool.
Um, I don't know if you do signed posters, do you?
Yeah.
Can I get one?
Yeah. I'll send you one.
Yeah, go with the rest of my collection.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got a Mutilator 2 one that's signed by the cast and crew from the premiere when Joe Bob Briggs did it.
Oh, cool.
Shout out to Carl Grasso who set me up with that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's a cast and crew one that's signed, I wouldn't go amiss.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be the real full circle moment.
Yeah.
But as I said to you, you're more than welcome back anytime. And make sure and check out the film on Bloodstream Media or the Bloodstream app, whatever way you want to watch it. It might be on your telly. I don't know. I don't have that pleasure of having it. And I'm sure it'll do amazing things. And I look forward to seeing part 2 and 3 when they arrive.
Thank you.
And hopefully it won't be 3 years before we have you on again.
Oh no, that was just to get it started. Now I'm tiger let out of my cage and I make all three of them.
What happens? I'll see you twice in the next 6 months. Sold.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this the way I finish absolutely every single Friday night, ladies and gentlemen. In the words of the great George A. Romero, stay scared.